History and study skills in one. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shauna, and if you are new here, we're a homeschooling family of 4. We are in our 8th year of homeschooling for the 2024-2025 homeschool year. We have a 7th grader and a 3rd grader. Today, I want to share with you about World History Detective, which marries history and study skills in one handy workbook. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. So, I am excited to share this workbook with you. I did not know what to expect before I got it, and it is kind of awesome. So before we go any further, guys, do me a favor, scroll down to the comments or start thinking as you're watching this video, what is something that unexpectedly was awesome? Because those little things were, because this is nothing like what I thought it would be, but we'll get there in a minute. So I would love to hear what is something that you use that wasn't what you expected, but like is better or worse, because those are important facts to have too. As you guys know, we like to start our curriculum ordering with the Timberdoodle kits, and then I piecemeal in and out what we want. So for the 7th grade non-religious curriculum kit from Timberdoodle, they included World History Detective. It is a workbook published by Critical Thinking Company, and it is, well, it's history, right? So it checks the box of history. However, it is a really fun and crazy approach. So you can actually buy the book on its own through the Timberdoodle website, where it is included in their kits. As you guys know, Timberdoodle, 1, I love them, but 2, they focus on an increasing independence in homeschool learning, which is amazing as your kids get older because they can do so many more things on their own. For example, she's literally working on that right now, right over there. World History Detective. So what it is it's a workbook, and I'm gonna give you a downshot in just a moment, that goes through, it starts in like ancient times, like really early times, and I think it goes through medieval times. Let me check. Yes. Ancient times through medieval times, and it gives them about a 2-page kind of quick rundown of facts about different civilizations throughout history, different time periods, different events through history. And then, and this is not what I expected, it goes through and it has them fill out like mind maps, and it has them answer questions. But not only are they answering the questions based on the text they read, they are having to pinpoint which place in the text got them to the answer. And not every answer is, for example, the Trojan horse happened in Rome. Like, they're not going to be like, oh, this, sentence number 16 says the Trojan horse happened in Rome. Some of them ask them to apply critical thinking skills to the text and infer some of the answers. So it's applying critical thinking. It is applying history because they're using all of the historical facts to answer the questions. They're reading them, they're retaining this information, and it is asking them where in the text they got the answer or what in the text led them to get to their answer. And I think that is what is truly setting this workbook apart. I think that's amazing. I think it's important study skills. I think it is important reasoning skills, life skills, critical thinking skills to be able to say, this info got me to this answer. And I think that is something that is so severely lacking in the world, but it's teaching them that with notes, with information, they can find the answers to their questions. And I think it's just awesome. I think it is totally awesome. Now, this book fits us, I think, especially well because we have already covered all the way from especially with Big History Project and History Quest and Story of the World, the things we've used over the years, we've already gone all the way from, the Big Bang through to modern times. So this is kind of just a rehashing of historical information that she already has in her pocket. So I like that we're a little bit spiraling back on that. So it's not a deep dive into any of these things, but she already has had that. So it's building on that next level. And I am excited because the 8th grade kits do have U.S. History Detective Part 1. So it's just a really fun and engaging workbook. Now, we are supplementing, we are doing other history as a family, but this specifically for her, I think is really nice because she can utilize those skills. And again, it is not just the history. It's asking the questions, it's asking them to infer the answers. Not all it isn't inference, but it's asking them to find the answers and to justify their reasoning by saying, you know, sentence number 16 is where I got this information. It's so cool. So let's pop over. I'm gonna give you a down shot into it. Let's go. Okay guys, here is World History Detective, grades 6 through 12 from Critical Thinking Company. As you can see, it is kind of a meaty book, and it is paperback. They have an entire series, detective series, which I think is pretty cool. Now, this is the table of contents, and it covers everything from the Fertile Crescent and the Sumerians all the way to early American civilizations, which I think is pretty cool. Now, let me explain to you how they are using this. So it is encouraging children to find supporting evidence in the text lessons that they're reading. They also have essay evidence, drawing inferences and conclusions, which I think is really for me, the biggest part that makes this a critical thinking book. Distinguishing between facts and opinions, understanding chronological sequence of events, timelines, vocabulary context clues, geographical maps, concept maps, and college level analytical essay questions. So all of this is really valuable information. So let's start right here. So the Fertile Crescent, as you can see, the lessons go through, and it's got maps, it's got information, and it is broken down into paragraphs with a big bold letter. And then every single sentence has a teeny tiny little number next to it. And that is because when they come over here to answer questions, they are expected to answer the question, but not just answer the question. You have to answer the question and then give which sentence best supports this answer. So it's not always this answer was found in this sentence, but it's I could infer based on this sentence what the answer is. And then it's got essay answers, and then it has these wonderful like maps of relevant information. So we've got maps, we've got these fill-in maps, we've got timelines, tons and tons of information, questions that are asked, you know, one, give me the answer, but then also, where did you find the answer? Why do we think that's the answer? And I think that is very, very valuable. So we are enjoying this book very much. I quite like it. The way it's got the answers in the back, so you can check. The way that we are using it is, you guys know we do Mom and Me Monday. Well, she is doing one of these. So one lesson, so let's say this is the lesson, right? So lesson 52, so she's reading the information, she's answering, going all the way to this. She's doing one of these a day. So for me, this is checking her history box, even though we are doing Texas history together as family, but she's doing this as her daily history and geography. So this is history. We're using this as her daily history and her geography. And it's, again, studying ancient and medieval civilizations, all of which she has already studied. So this is just, you know, a little bit deeper understanding, a little bit different information, and it is a great way to find out how to use information. How are we using the information to answer the questions that we have? I told you, it's pretty awesome, right? It's pretty awesome. So again, guys, don't forget to scroll down and let me know, what is the thing that was unexpected, good or bad, that you've been using, because I would love to hear it. And let us know why. For me, World History Detective was unexpected because I knew who published it, so I don't know why, but I was thinking it was more of just like history and answering questions, but it's that inference and the critical thinking aspect and the study skills, the importance of knowing how and where to get your information and where to justify where you got that information. That truly sets it apart for me. So give it a check out. Huge shout out to Timberdoodle for including things like this in their kits. We love it. It's really, I think it's great, especially for like a 7th grader. So the 12-year-old is getting this, and it's an important life skill. It really is. So I think it's awesome. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Bye, guys.